Yo, what's poppin'? Realest one. You know, like the world we in right now is in such a strange, weird, wicked, just damn ridiculous place right now that it just really don't make sense, fam. And it's not that I'm saying anything new, but it still doesn't, stop the fact that when you see certain things, when you learn certain things, you come across certain things on the day to day, you still just stop for a second and you're like, damn, this is reality. Like, this is life right here. This is really planet Earth right here. That just happened. This is a real situation. That's crazy. Miss T, appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know, shout out to the bushes. You know what I mean? Smack the like and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Don't be scared. Don't be scared now. But yeah, man. Like, everybody's talking about this whole I'm not going to even talk about it for too long, honestly, because I'm not a political type of person. I don't get into politics. I'm the type of person when people speak politics, I kind of like leave the room. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's not relevant to speak on that type of stuff, but it's real simple to me. For the most part, you have two pieces. You have it's like kind of like this. When it comes to politics, when it comes to running for president, and when it comes to us making a choice, it's like you got two shit pies, right? And one just happens to have a little bit more sprinkles on that thing. It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. You know, it might upset a lot of people, but I'm not really one of those people to vote. I am one of those people who say my little vote ain't gonna matter. I am one of those people. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm gonna talk politics. You know, people say, "Oh, you a hypocrite. You gonna complain about how shit is going in the world, but you ain't contributing to. You got a voice, fool. People die for you. You know, I heard all that before. You know, at the end of the day, people still got to realize it's a person's choice. You understand? Jenny, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Eats zebra cake. No, I'm playing. What's going on? Eats, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Jenny, appreciate you. What was I saying? Yeah. So everybody, they kind of talking about the whole Kamala Harris. I hope I didn't offend nobody with that shit I put up on the community post. It was cruel humor. It was just a sexual joke I came across of who I hope is a fake Kamala Harris. If I'm even saying the lady name right, fam. Making a sexual joke. You know damn well that's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's no question about it. She wouldn't have a chance. I asked to be out of this so fast. But anyway, Buster, what's going on, fam? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bronze, my dude, what's going on, man? What's going on? Um, yeah, everybody talking about the whole, Biden dropping out, which, good riddance. You know what I mean? Yeah, good riddance for him. But now they saying, yo, old girl really ain't no better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You understand? I'm one of those people that is that has been leaning more towards Trump. I'm about to say some simplistic shit. May Rain, appreciate you. Shout out to the Bushes. You know what I mean? I'm simplistic, right? Because I look at it like this. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. Whoever wins, right? They're gonna do whatever they choose to do. At one point in time, it was just like whoever gets chosen, bring back stimulus checks. That's what a lot of people felt. It's like, yo, because we can't really control anything else that they do. So if whoever's chosen, at least do that, you know. But maybe that time has passed and gone. A lot of time has passed since then. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's a thing that would even happen like that. With Trump, that's kind of why people was like going towards Trump, because it's like, we had him. We know type of person he is, and you know, at least we could say we had gotten broken off. You know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? It was free money. So what exactly you gonna say? Which one would you gonna say? But yeah, I'm not really into politics like that, man. You know, and maybe I should, be a little bit more into it. Just I don't know, like the whole I can't have a conversation about. I can't sit there and have a whole conversation about it. Have a whole talk about it. You understand? It's simple for me. We got two pieces of shit for the most part. Which one is the bigger piece of shit? That's what isn't that what it come down to? That's just my perspective. You know? So whatever happens in this situation, like I say, I'm leaning more towards Trump, man. You know, the whole getting shot in the air, if that was really even a thing. I can't even say too much on that because I seen. Let me look in the comments. Come on, said she not black either. Remember that, black people. Yeah. I think I did hear something about that. Right, right. That's what it is. It's a matter of the two lesser evils. You know what I'm saying? So if that lady is saying she not black, then she's saying it out loud. We already know Trump ain't black, so you might as well go with Trump ass then. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, there's never no such thing as being happy. When it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Um, what the fuck was I just saying? Pardon my language. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I heard people they was trashing her too. They was like, what was weird? I don't know how much y'all believe in like supernatural and like aliens and cryptozoology and all of that stuff, right? But I had came across a video. I think this was the same day that Biden had announced he was stepping down. There was a video in New Orleans, and it was in the sky. They recorded it was a fleet, supposedly a fleet of UFOs in the sky, right? Now, believe what you want to. I'll never sit here and try to change somebody's mind if they tell me I don't believe in that type of shit. Because some people are, it's simple. If I see it, I believe it, but I got to see it in person, not on a video on YouTube. I have to actually experience it, right? I actually thought about making a channel based on that type of shit. Let me read the comments. Yes, she is Jamaican, Asian. They not like us. And she doesn't agree with reparations either. Right. That that kind of, Alpha, my bad. What's going on, Alpha? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. She doesn't agree with reparations. Yeah. So I mean, is it safe to say that it might be a easy win for Trump, or am I mistaken by saying that? Because if people are saying she's no better, then I mean, what is there to talk about? Technically, there has to be a replacement, but I mean, come on, man. But anyway, the UFO thing. There was a video I came across. It kind of went viral. UFOs in the sky, right? People were trying to say, isn't that strange? If you're somebody who believes in that type of thing, the people who believe that it was possibly legitimate, well, like, isn't that strange? This fool stepped down and you see some UFOs in the sky on the same day. Now, you do what you want with that. My mind is open to any and everything. I could sit here and talk about a whole lot of shit in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I thought about making a channel based on that type of stuff. There's a lot of channels on here based on that. But it was kind of weird how it happened. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was more that went with that. Why old boy dropped out? Because like I said, I don't follow this shit, man. All the information, it finds its way back to me. And when I'm on the internet, I come across things, but I'm not a political person, man. I'm gonna sound very simplistic saying this. That should be boring as hell to listen to. But for the better of the nation, of course, it's necessary to listen for certain things. I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's real simple. Which one is the smaller piece of shit? Which one is the bigger piece of shit? That's what it comes down to. Nothing to really talk about. But yeah. But anyway, I started to jump on this last night. some, like I said, the world is it's a jacked up place right now, man. You know, the only thing worse than an adult killing another adult or an adult killing a child, what is as bad as that? When you have an actual child who is a killer, right? I don't know how many of y'all like watch crime, um, thriller, series and stuff like that. I remember back in the day there was this show called Killer Kids, and it was based on a lot, it documented on like a lot of cases where kids were, I'm talking young, anywhere from teenage to preteen, even younger than that, where they did some real, some wicked shit. You understand? But anyway, we know that kids do things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a surprise, but the reason when I came across this shit, it was unbelievable to me. It was unbelievable to me. Let me read the comments real quick. They tried to take him down with charges and a bullet, and he's still standing. I'm not a typical voter, but they don't want him to become president. Makes me want to vote. Yeah, if anything, I probably look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people was going back and forth about if it was real or whatever the case is. And let's say it was fake. What would be the reason to fake something like that? Because a lot of people already got their mind made up. You know what I'm saying? People was joking about that. I seen comments of folks is like, "Yo, old boy still wearing that McDonald's napkin on his head." They be saying shit like that. But anyway, in Tennessee, right? This 12-year-old girl is facing murder charges, fam. And this is not a crime channel. I've been I get in my bag where I talk about like things I see in the headlines, like crime and shit like that. This 12-year-old girl in Tennessee is facing murder charges because she allegedly, they say allegedly, but there was actually surveillance footage that caught this shit on camera, which is not out there for anybody to see. Trust and believe me, I searched, even though I don't really want to see something like that, but for the sake of getting up there and talking about it, I looked for it. Demaria Hollingsworth, that's the name of the little girl, right? 9 years old, 9 years old, 9 years old. Her and her 12-year-old cousin, they spent the night at their grandmother's house. And these kids was going back and forth over an iPhone, man. Over an iPhone. I ain't gonna lie, I don't even use an iPhone my damn self. I'm a little more simpler than that. But when it comes to kids, like it's not even about just video games these days. It's about the phones. It's about, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people feel like if you at a certain age, why even get your kid a phone like that? Like is it, but I guess it's based on, I can't tell nobody what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because not all kids are spoiled and run crazy with that type of thing. But anyway, this 12-year-old girl, man, she had suffocated her 8-year-old cousin over iPhone. They was arguing back and forth over this damn iPhone, right? They was at the grandmother's house visiting for the summer. The mom of the victim, she said she had got a call about her daughter and cousin going back and forth at first about it, but she wasn't thinking nothing of it. She wasn't thinking nothing of it. Kids go back and forth and fight over toys and shit. Like, how many of us haven't done that? That ain't nothing new. She said right then and there when she got that call, she wished she would have went and got her child. Right? So they were having fun supposedly. And this 12-year-old girl suffocated this 9-year-old girl, bro. This girl was a cousin. And they had surveillance cameras in the house that actually caught the footage. Can you imagine how creepy that footage would be to watch, bro? So they trying to try the 12-year-old girl as an adult. Y'all think that's fair? 12-year-old girl, they said she took her life, cleaned up the scene, and reposition her little cousin's body like it was like nothing happened. I think I got a picture on here. Let me see if I can find it. And the 9-year-old girl, you know, she's small, bro. Like, let me see. Let me see if I can find a picture. Y'all bear with me and shit. Bear with me, bear with me. There we go. That's a picture of the little girl right there, the 9-year-old. That's her and her mom's, I guess. Okay. There's a few pictures I had got. Boom, another one. They kind of close in, but you can see that you can tell that this is a small girl, man, for her size. I mean, of course, 9 years old, you're not gonna be that tall, but she looked like she even younger than 9, bro. Right? Let me check the comments. Wow, that's crazy how a child has a thought to kill. I'm not even surprised by the thought that a child can have to kill, because I've seen so many different situations like that. Just, you know, being a freak for um crime shows and stuff like that. But you do wonder where that shit come from. You know, the first thing people say is it comes from the parents, the background, how they was brought up and all of that, right? Alpha said, I don't know, but 12 is nowhere near an adult. Mayrain said, bad seed child. She needs rehabilitation. But compared to how she know how to clean up. Right, right. That's exactly what she did. She cleaned up and repositioned the body, right? And like nothing happened. And probably went and got the phone after that. All that over a phone, an iPhone. Are those things that damn interesting? I mean, I know we talking about kids, so it's a little bit different for them. Just a few years older than that, right? And you had the prosecutor saying, you know, this is like one of the most disturbing things that they had ever seen by either an adult or a juvenile. And I got to agree, you know, it's the reason. You know, of course, it's just having that thought, plain and simple. That shit is terrible. That's terrible. That you don't know what's going through a child's mind, man. She was way ahead of her time with that one. Took a life, cleaned up. Like, what was she like? Where'd she get that? Like, where did that come from? You would think most kids do something like that. They just hop back in the bed or something and just act like they ain't do it. This was a smart 12-year-old. Not trying to give her props or big her up, but the cousin who they didn't even reveal. I'm not gonna lie. I was searching last night and I was searching. I was trying to find a picture. I was trying to find a picture because I thought that this was the killer at first, this little girl. And I said, wait a minute, I know you lying. I know you lying. But then I corrected myself. I'm like, okay, this is the little girl that got killed. I went on Facebook. You know, I actually found the little girl's grandmother. You know, they got the RIP posts and all of that shit. And I actually sat there and went through family pictures because I wanted to see what the girl looked like. I visualized like an evil vibe from her, like an evil look on her damn face. But I couldn't, you know, for a second I thought I had found it. But anyway, I think this happened like 5 days ago, a few days ago anyway. And the cousin is a preteen, but she's set to turn 13 next week. Not even 15 years, not even six, not even old enough to drive. But she was old enough, knew how to take the life of not just another person, but her own cousin over a damn phone. Over an iPhone, bro. A damn iPhone. That's wild. Because you really got to sit there. Like, was it just a spur of the moment thing? You know, you say it was built up, or was she thinking that you was really thinking How long that was in your head? Like, I'm getting ready to take this, I'm about to take her out, man. I want this phone to myself. That's crazy. That's some spooky shit. But you know, a lot of people feel like 13 to 12, if she could do that, then she deserves to be tried as an adult. Y'all agree with that? I tell you this much, it's hard to feel bad because it's like she was watching some crime. It's like she did her own research. How you reposition the body. Not laughing because it's funny. You're laughing out of disbelief. You reposition the body, cleaned up, and suffocated this little girl, man. I ain't never I ain't never took a life a day in my life. But to have that mindset, you know, because when you suffocate a person, you know, you need to do your research on that. That that person don't die right away. That individual does not die right away. So how long what did she suffocate the little girl for? And she obviously her intent, you know, she definitely had intent on getting her out of here. She gone, but it's like most adults are like, I can never hurt somebody like that. I can never kill somebody. Let me check the comments, man. Tierra, what's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Tamika, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Um, good luck. Good luck, Busted. Good luck. So where was the parents while all this was going on? I don't know. They wasn't specific about it, but they might have had a harder time even proving that she did it had they not had the surveillance. There's actually a tape to this shit, you know? And probably for the little girl's safety and because of the fact that she's still a kid herself, they didn't put her picture out there. They don't want people to see how she look or whatever. Because, you know, people will probably start going to her Facebook, tearing her little ass up. Like, you sick little freak. Like, how dare you? Did I miss anybody else in there? Nah. There's too much of this shit happening. It seriously makes me nauseous sometimes. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, murder is murder. But the reason, that shit is wild to me. But I guess when you think of a kid, what reason is a kid going to kill for, right? It has to be for something so minuscule over a damn phone he was arguing over, you know? And the mom, she's like regretting the fact that she didn't come get her little girl. If you can't leave your babies with family, who can you leave them with? Even though a lot of people feel like they don't even feel like a lot of people feel like you can't even leave your babies with family. A lot of people don't rock with family enough to even do that. You know, but that was grandmama. You know what I'm saying? If you can't leave them with nobody else, grandmama you should be able to do that. That's some wild shit, man. Extremely alarming. Extremely alarming. Huh? But like I said, her name is Demaria Hollingsworth. And I don't feel bad at all about them trying that little girl over there. Cause she ain't really no little girl. If she thought to do that much, to have that much effort, to put that much effort into taking her life, first of all the power you had to put into suffocating a person, even though it was a little girl. So it's not like it's a full grown adult. So it might not take that much. But for a kid, because she's only a few years older. Huh? That's terrible. Damn shame. To have your child killed by another family member, bro. That remind me of this one kid. Y'all might remember what I'm talking about. This was a long ass time ago. This kid, I forgot his name, but he was a wrestling fan. Him and his I think it was his little cousin or a little sister or something like that. He was playing around wrestling. And he had did a wrestling move on the girl and he killed her. Right? All I remember is the mom saying, you know, they was playing around, they was wrestling. Next thing I know, I didn't hear any more noise. The little fool he was a big kid too. Hell, I was kind of like stocky and stuff when I was that age, you know what I'm saying? But this was a little girl. I remember that the little girl was kind of like her size, small compared to him. This big overgrown kid. You know, I don't quite remember. He might have broke her damn neck or something. I don't know. But that's I hope that they not gonna bring that little girl back, but I hope they lock that little broad up, man. If she had enough sense to do all that, she got enough sense to do her time. I can't feel bad about that. That's terrible. Watch who you bring your kids around. You heard? I don't have kids. Watch who y'all bring your. I don't even got to tell y'all that. Watch who y'all bring your kids around. Watch who you bring around your kids. You never know what another kid's intentions are. We see kids playing rough and all that stuff all the time, getting into fights over stuff, but nobody ever had their life to. At least when we was playing. And at that age, to have that in your mind, I never ever even, I don't even think I knew what the word kill meant when I was that age. I don't even think I really fully understand that it means to take another human being's life. But R.I.P. to her, But what's messed up? Because like I say, it's something in the water right now, fam. It's something in the water, like, because as I was like getting myself together to talk about this, I had came across another situation where two two Caucasian kids had drowned an 8-year-old black kid in Georgia, right? Now, at first, they didn't really understand what happened. It was initially reported that, hold on, I got a picture of this kid too. That's the little kid right there. His name is Noah Bush, 8 years old, a year younger than the little girl that I just had on the screen. But I believe he had went missing at first. I'm looking at this site, and they said it initially was reported that the kid simply wandered into a construction pit and drowned. Yeah, so they knew he drowned at first, but they didn't know how. His family wasn't willing to leave it at that. So what they do, they hired a private investigator to look deeper into the situation. Your kid, something like that happened to your kid, you ain't about to leave it at that. So after they had to, after pressure from the family and the community for over like 2 months, and this is in Georgia, on the police wasn't moving enough. The community and the family, they put all this pressure on them. Like, no, y'all got to find out what happened to this boy, man. A little boy don't just walk up and, just disappear like that. And they ended up ruling that it was a homicide. And they ended up charging 2 minors, claiming that they pushed him into the pit where he drowned. Now, these kids, they're just a little bit younger than the 12-year-old we was just talking about. Some is in the water, fam. 10 and 11 years old. 10 and 11 years old. They both been charged with involuntary manslaughter and simple battery due to the laws in Georgia regarding minors. Their names, they didn't release their names for obvious reasons. You can check the chat. Alpha says teach your kids to respect life. Excuse me. It's only going to get worse and worse quicker. Exactly like how she learned this. While it was like, while it was initially reported, there was no foul play at first, Then they started doing the autopsy and all that stuff. Police changed their tune after the new information that came in, but in a new twist in the case, the mother of one of the boys accused, she ends up getting charged. Her name is Natalie. She was arrested on 3 charges. Probation violation and making false statements. And I'm looking at the article, but I think they might have left one out or whatever. But these charges aren't even related to the kid. These are from something else. You know what I'm saying? They say that she faces charges that are not directly connected to the kid's death right there. But the kid's mother, she released a statement, right? And she was saying, she was optimistic that an adult was charged. She said, the family is grateful that at least one of the adults involved is being prosecuted. So there must be a father in the picture. If that's the case, that makes it even worse because you know how they say when there's not both parents in the life, sometimes people feel like that's more of a reason why maybe a kid might go the wrong way, which I disagree with. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised by a single mother. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't tripping out there like that. So shout out to, all the single parents and all of that. But they said, the family is grateful. It said until everyone involved in any way is held accountable under the law, we're not going to stop fighting justice. Of course, you expect that. We thank the community for the ongoing support. They had to push the police to get in their bag. Like if it wasn't for if they didn't have the backing of the community, who knows how long would have went before they found out anything about what really happened with this kid, man. The arrest of the kid's mother is just another step towards full justice. They said all of that. Um, but the scary part is, it's like how much did the parents know? How much did the adults know? Right? There's situations where kids they'll take a life because you love your kid. Some parents will actually help their kid hide the body. Let me ask you, I ain't even expecting nobody to answer like that because if you love your kid, then your first thing will be like, my baby ain't going to jail. You know what I'm saying? But right is right, wrong is wrong, right? And look in the comments. Jenny says, wow, you can't make this shit up. Lisa J, appreciate you. Alpha says, many adults get charged for unaliving kids and they don't get enough time, in my opinion. Right, right. Appreciate you, Lisa J. As this shit starts to like unfold, maybe they'll find out exactly how much the parents really knew. But I don't know what the hell going on around here. Just within 24 hours apart, I was just looking into the situation of the 9-year-old girl. Then I came across this. But there's a lot of other situations like this, man. 10 and 11 years old. So if the other girl if she's 12 and she could possibly be facing like adult charges and stuff, should they be any different? Because I think they said that they pushed him into it. I'm not making this a race thing, but if he wouldn't have been black, would they have pushed him at all? Which I think. Know what it is, man. Especially talking about like Georgia, places like that in the South. You know what I'm saying? Like in a lot of places in the South, there's that tension between ethnicities. And when there's racism, like ignorance, shit like that, people teach their kids that. They pass that down. Like we hate this color, we don't respect this color on skin. And so they feel like there's no reason, we don't respect these type of people. It's okay to do harm to them. It's okay to take their life. That's basically, you know, it's a shame, but you know, and it's more so always like situations where it's that mindset towards black people. Like you don't hear too many cases of black people like committing crime based on not liking another person's ethnicity. We just be chilling, minding our damn business. Black folks got enough going on as it is right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't even got time to be thinking like that. Real talk. Last thing we thinking about, I mean, if, not to go deep into another route, but we too busy taking each other out. I'm saying, but I ain't gonna get into that bag. I ain't gonna get it in that bag. But that's two kids right there. And I'm not even the type of person that dives into like stuff like this, like talking about, oh, we gotta protect the kids and shit like that. But the fact of the matter is, be careful who your kids is around. Stranger danger, that's real shit. That goes for adults too. You understand? Like that made me think of that time the black lady went to like I think it was like a pajama party or something like that, and it was on the high floor. Y'all probably heard about it. But what happened was she ended up like falling over the balcony or something like that. It's supposed to be her friends though, from what I understand. This is from like last year, I think that it happened. And I'm not sure if they ever really got to the bottom of exactly what happened. You think people, your damn friends, you go around them with your guard down, thinking these people would never hurt me. You don't even have it in your mind. You don't know what the next motherfucker is thinking. Come on, man. And Jenny says racism is still alive and kicking, especially in the South. Yeah. But like I say, just be careful who you bring your kids around, man. Be careful of that. RIP to them. You would expect it from strangers, though. You don't really expect it from family members like that. Not all the time, anyway. Hold on. But shout out to everybody pulling there because I ain't even planning on being here long. I meant to knock this out the box like late last night. If you can't trust to be around family, come on, man. Family and relatives. I always tell people there's a difference between those two anyway. What the Alpha say? Be careful what your kids are watching. Yeah, all of that plays a part. I don't know how that feels to like monitor, what a kid does and watches and shit like that, you know. But family and relatives, like I think I probably ended off on that note right there. Because I always say to people, there's a difference between family and relatives. Like they say family is all we got. Ain't nobody gonna love you like your family. Ain't nobody gonna have your back like family. Ain't nobody gonna be there for you like your family, right? That's what we was taught. That's what we was told. That's what they always say, even to this day. Now, shout out to the people who have that, that tight knit bond and dynamic with family. But if there's some of us who knows that it's not always the case. Like first off, what exactly is family, right? Flesh and blood, the ones you grew up with, born from moms, dads, brothers, sisters, aunties, Uncle Charles, them, cousins, grandmamas, grandfathers, the people we share the same DNA with, right? No debate there. Like we are definitely related to those we share the same DNA with. Got it? No debate. But does that mean that we actually are family? Like I've had conversations with so many people offline, online, that have had more negative experiences with family than positive. And it's a damn shame to say that. It really is. Like how the people you related to it can possibly end up being a bigger enemy than a complete stranger. Miss T to all the beautiful ladies in the chat. Be blessed, love yourselves. Appreciate you, Miss T. Like family's supposed to be the ones you got at the end of the day, but personal experience taught me different. I ain't gonna lie. I see different from other people. I hear different. Like I say, shout out to the ones who know nothing about having issues and tension with family. If you know how it feels to have that union and to never experience what it can be like when you have like family against you and you're against them, because I learned that them be the same motherfuckers that talk about you the worst right there. Like, what is family to y'all? Is it based on just relation by flesh? Is it just based on the Those are two different things. I had conversations with folk about this, and more than none agree. Like, which is actually sad. It's a shame. It's not really that all the time. Like, family is a strong word though. That's why I say be careful with that. It doesn't always matter that you was born. You might have grew up with this person in the sandbox. You might have played together with this person, you know? But when you grow up, you outgrow people and you have a different mindset. You have a different perspective on life. So maybe you look at things different. Y'all outgrow each other. Like, you got to use care and caution with that word, bro. Just that word family. It could be a translation of the word enemy. They say keep your friends close and all that. Keep your enemies closer. But guess what? What's closer to family? Do that. BD, what's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Like, they'll be the first ones to not just want to knock you down, but attempt to keep you down too. They'll talk about you like you was a stranger in your face with the perfect smile, all 32, saying one thing, embracing you. When you go your way and they go theirs, it's gossip. The real feeling about you is revealed on the phone to another family member. How are you gonna smile on somebody's face and then talk about you? I'm not just talking just from my own experience, but I'm talking on things people have told me, like just a lot of different situations. Like holiday gatherings, cookouts, the vibes can be iffy because you come face to face with somebody you ain't seen in years, but you know this person don't really mean, oh my God, it's good to see you. You look so good. I missed you. We gotta link up. They front their ass off. Y'all at the table for dinner. Everybody gathering around, and the tension is thicker than the blood you even share with that person. You sitting across from them, they sitting across from you, and both y'all got that same mind. I can't stand this motherfucker. I can't stand this fool. I can't stand this shit. I done lost my damn appetite. Um, it's always an act out of the respect that y'all related. That's your cousin. This your sister-in-law. Of course, you're not gonna come right out and violate. It'll cause a whole chain reaction. Everybody be getting into it with everybody. That's when you really act accordingly. You know how I be saying that shit all the time? Because you know the truth. You know what was said behind your back. The vibe is there. They ran around multiple people to get off their chest to how they really feel about you, but won't get it off to you. My thing always been stay away. I don't go to gatherings and shit like that, bro. Only because I feel like if I really have that big of an issue with somebody, I'm not gonna just like smile in your face and act like it's not an issue at all. You know, I know how to be mature, I know how to be grown, I know how to be an adult and all of that. But I don't want to be no fake ass fool either. You know what I'm saying? So either I'm gonna stay away or I'm gonna say my piece at the end of the day. It's hard for me to put on the front. It's hard to pretend like it's no real issue. If there's a real issue, like what might be an issue to me might not be an issue to the next person. What's an issue for the next person might not be an issue to me. We just laugh in each other's face like nothing wasn't said, like it wasn't no type of line crossed. We try to act accordingly, go along because who really wants to fight family? Have you ever seen like family members actually like brawl in the street? Like two people who didn't rock with each other and it got so deep that they actually fought each other like two bums in the street. And then you got an effect after that, like a whole domino effect where it's like a split down the damn middle of the family. Nobody really wants to go there. That's too far where you and a cousin, brother, or sister brawling at the damn get together in the streets. It's never that simple. There's other factors because as big as it is to you, it's really small in terms of what it could potentially grow into. Like right now, it's just an issue between cousins, siblings, in-laws. But you know, if one of y'all smack fire out of the other, it's going to really have an effect entirely on the rest of the family. So you purposely avoid it. Just say all that to say, point out why family. I just say all that to point out why family be faking all the time, I feel like. Because it can cause other issues with the rest of the family. And that's how you really have a whole family blowout. So people rather just act accordingly. Different reasons for different people, you know what I'm saying? I was having a conversation with somebody about this, so I just threw this in at the end of this shit. Some family just feel they above you despite y'all coming from the same place. Y'all journey in life was different, but y'all came up together. It should count for something, but people outgrow each other to a degree. Nah, it don't really matter. Y'all got the same uncles and aunts, even the same mother and father. Y'all might have came from the same womb, ended up having a disdain or disliking for the person you was brought up with in the same house. One feels that way about the other, and the other trying to understand why you feel that way towards me, like I did something to you. They act one way with the other bros and sisters, but when it's you, it's a completely different dynamic because sibling rivalry is a real thing. Cain really took out Abel because he was jealous. The Cain and Abel story. That boy was jealous. He didn't accept his offering. I ain't even gonna get into the Bible though, because I definitely stay away from religion. But we really can't depend on family all the time like that. They say we all grown, we got our own responsibilities and lives to live, and it don't really have nothing to do with that. And sometimes it can be so deep that if your house was on fire, it might be the bum in the street to call 911 for you. I ain't even trying to make it seem like family is a negative thing, but I'm just saying it's just a shame, man. It's just a shame, you know? Because when I tallied all the conversations I had about this, everybody all said the same thing. You got to watch family. Terrible. But that's pretty much what Gary say. Family isn't the same meaning anymore. Nah. Realest, I'm so glad you're using your channel. You always have something worthwhile to say. Mm. I just be coming off the top of my head, man. Yeah, family is unpredictable. Like everybody in here come from a different city or state, different walks of life, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that one thing, that family is not always that. It's a difference between family and relatives, plain and simple. You relate it to them, but you can't necessarily call them family because the dynamic y'all have is like two strangers. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's certain people I'm related to who in the streets I wouldn't say a damn thing to. I'm keeping it real with you. It's sad to say, but at the end of the day, everybody's situation is different. But I'm sure y'all know what I'm saying, man. But I feel like I had something else I was gonna touch on, but because I had this set up on private, I was like, let me just knock this out the box instead of just deleting it and shit. But I'm about to get my ass up off of here, man. Let me run through the chat again real quick. Anti, what's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Miss T, appreciate you. Jenny said, if you're sick, family won't even get you a glass of they won't get you a glass of water. Or even if you on fire, they'll pour that water out instead of pouring it on you to put you out to get that fire up off you. It be like that. It be like that. It's crazy. Yeah, but shout out to Jenny, Anti, let me see, Miss T, Alpha, uh, BDB. I said Miss T, right? Jenny, Lisa J, Thais, Tamika, Tierra, appreciate you. Gary, appreciate you. Tamika, I think that's it. Oh, May Rain, appreciate you. Who else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's about it. Appreciate y'all. I ain't really had too much to say. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to delete this live that I had set up to touch on this before. Like, you ever had something set up to talk about, like a certain topic, but then you didn't touch on it? A couple of days go by and it's like, I ain't gonna talk about it. Yeah, too much time don't went by. Ain't nothing to talk about now. That's what that was. Yeah, appreciate you, Anti. This one on break. Nah, you ain't really missed nothing. You know what I'm saying? And just a quick rundown. I was just speaking on two different, not even all that different, real two similar situations where you just gotta be careful who you bring your kids around, right? You gotta be careful who you bring around your kids, right? You should be able to leave your little girl with your with grandmoms. You should be able to. If she ain't safe nowhere else, then she should be able to be safe there, right? But then next thing you know, you get a call, they going back and forth over a damn phone, and then after that, you find out there's surveillance of the older cousin smothering your child. That shit crazy as hell. Family ain't gonna never be the same after that. And then another situation that I feel like has more to do with race. You know, you had two Caucasian kids, 11 and 10, who drowned this little black boy. There's always more questions than answers. Like, how did he get that close? He must have obviously thought these kids was his damn friend. You know what I'm saying? How y'all get the opportunity to push that kid like that? That's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, appreciate y'all. You know, just hit that like or whatever. Shout out to the Bushes. You know what I mean? Don't be scared, as I always say. Hit that like and all of that. I started to do something a little bit different. I was gonna wait till late night, and then I was gonna try to get a guest up here to touch on a few things, but depending on how I feel, I might try to still go for it. I don't know. But shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get my ass up off here. Hit that like. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate you for listening to me ramble on and shit. I went off topic, but that's only because I had a conversation with somebody who was talking about family. So it was in my mind. So I'm like, let me get into that real quick. I could do a whole video on that, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm just bashing, family coming together. I'm just keeping it real. It's not always like that. You can't always use that word. You got to be cautious with that word. I'd rather use the word relative. Yeah, I'm related to that person. We came from the same cloth. You might have came from the same womb. It don't really matter. That's your relative, though. If you don't have the dynamic is what makes you family. You could have grew up with somebody in school. Y'all could be family. Just because y'all got the same flesh and blood does not mean that person got your back, that they're loyal, fam. You might meet somebody on the internet and build a bond with them. You might have a stronger bond with that person you met on the internet more than that person. But I ain't got to keep going about it. So I know what I'm talking about. But let me get my ass up off of here, man. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Realest one, I'm out, man.